Hello and welcome back to my channel again. We're early birds this morning. We've actually literally popped into group for weigh-in and run out because I have arrangements to meet a friend and go out for the day, and Joe has other stuff to do, so it seemed wise to just go and weigh in. Also, it was a taster at group today, and I think I've shared before, I'm not the biggest fan of tasters, although I think they're a really good idea to give people ideas. They're not for me because all the food's full of sweeteners and I don't do that. So, and also don't do that kind of food at breakfast time. Prefer my proper breakfast. Don't I sound like a killjoy? I'm a bit like Scrooge at Christmas, bar humbug. Right, okay, my results. Let's tell you what I did this week. I actually walked 47.72 miles, which is down a little bit on the last 2 or 3 weeks, but still plenty. And we did have a day in the car all day on Thursday delivering Christmas presents, so we didn't walk as far as we usually would on Thursday. But that's life. You have to go with what you need to do that day. Went to group this morning, and as we walked in I said to Joe, I haven't got a clue how I've done this week. I know I've been bang on plan. I know that every day I have had my healthy extra A's and B's. In fact, 5 out of the 7 days I have had 2.5 healthy extra A's and 2 B's, pushing my luck again with the milk. So I walked into group this morning feeling comfortable in my clothes, perfectly normal, not bloated. Hadn't been to the loo before group, which is probably TMI, but some people think it matters. But I hadn't, which is unusual for me. So I walked in and I said to Joe, I haven't got a clue how I've done today. I'm not feeling it today. And went in, got a few Christmas hugs and kisses, got on the scales, and I lost 1.5 pounds. That was quite a surprise. One of those losses that just happens. And I think when you're at Target, you get used to that. I always fluctuate up and down within a sort of 1 to 2.5 pound range. And I think that's life now for me. And now I'm actually starting to accept that in my head. It feels better. Right, last week I was sitting in the kitchen and I said on the video, I've got 3 rice products here to show you, and then stupidly only showed 2 of them. So I've got the 3rd one here with me now, and I'm going to ask Joe to read from his packet what the ingredients are, because this is lovely.
Natural basmati rice, red kidney beans, coconut cream, onions, red pepper, sunflower oil, red chilli, jalapeno chilli, garlic, thyme, salt and pimento.
This is Tilda, and it's 5 sins for the whole pack. Now, did you notice there it's got coconut cream, was it? Mm-hmm. It's got sunflower oil. It's got some nice flavoursome ingredients in the chilies and things, which is really nice, and it is worth eating.
But it's not overly hot, it's worth saying. I'm not into spicy things at all, and it doesn't like set your mouth on fire.
No, it is tasty, isn't it? Yeah. It's warming.
And warming, yeah.
Yeah.
But not spicy hot, like
yeah. Not
fanning your mouth.
No, because that's beyond you, isn't it? I like things hotter than Joe, but he really enjoys this, and I really like it. And as I say, 5 sins containing coconut cream, containing sunflower oil. This tin of soup, which we bought on Thursday when we were in Retford, is Amy's Kitchen split pea organic soup. Now, can you read the ingredients on this, Joe, please?
Filtered water, organic onions,
Speed.
Organic split peas, protein. Organic celery, speed. Organic carrots,
speed.
Sea salt,
acceptable.
Organic basil, organic garlic, bay leaves, organic black pepper.
No fat, no added sugar.
Yeah, there's 0 grams of fat in it.
And what about carbs?
Carbohydrates 31, of which sugar is 6.4. But
they're natural sugars from the vegetables.
Yeah, they're natural sugars from like the carrots probably and the onions.
Yeah, so no fat, no added sugar, no coconut cream, no sunflower oil. Wouldn't you think that that was going to be good on plan? I thought that would be free on plan, because yellow split peas I eat as peas pudding, that's free. This tin of soup is 8 sins.
You can have half of it as a healthy extra B.
But why would you use a 4-sin portion of soup as a healthy extra B? Why would you? Now, I love this plan. I am passionate about this plan. I know that this is for me for the rest of my life. But things like that totally confuse me. That's where I don't get Slimming World sometimes, because if I was at work and I had to dash out at lunchtime, pick up something I thought would be free for my lunch, run back to work, throw it in the office microwave and eat it, I'd think I was safe with that. 0 grams of fat, no added sugar. 8 sins. And I think I'm increasingly noticing now I'm at Target and I'm living this way and I'm not on and off plan ever. I'm noticing how many pitfalls there are. I'm not criticising Slimming World. I love this plan. But can anybody explain that one to me? Because I don't get that. I really don't. I certainly would not spend 8 sins on that when I can have this for 5 sins. So much more filling power in that, and it's because it's got fat in it, so it would be filling. Why would that be 5 sins in that? When rice is a free food, split peas are a free food. If anybody can explain it to me, like scientifically or nutritionally, I would really appreciate an answer to that question. I may well send a photograph of this tin to Slimming World and ask them to try and explain it. But as with some of the other explanations I've had with them, I still won't get it. Anyway, that's just something that happened in my life this week. Something else that happened in my life this week, and it's been a bit of a revelation to me over a period of weeks. I think I've said now 2 or 3 times that I've been pushing the milk. And okay, yeah, I can possibly get away with having 2.5 or even 3 healthy extra A's a day. But get away with it, and that's not something I want to do. I don't want to be getting away with anything. I want to be comfortable in the way I'm living today. Now, I said to Joe one day, you know, I'm doing it again. I'm pushing my luck with the milk, and I am a lover of skimmed goat's milk, and I'm a lover of really milky coffees. So when I hear people say they put 30 mils of milk in coffee or 50 mils of milk in coffee, I generally have a big mug and I would put 133 mils in a coffee, because that works out that I'd get 3 coffees for a healthy extra A, 400 mils. This week, I am not joking when I'm saying I could have drunk 20 of those mugs a day. And I did limit myself on 5 days to having 2.5 sins worth of that. But the practice was becoming worrying. Why was I doing it? And I spoke to Joe about it when we were walking one day. Why am I craving this milk? And Joe said, it's down to sugar, Mum. When you take the fat out of milk, it makes the sugars more prominent. So the next time I was in the kitchen, I was measuring my milk to make a coffee. I actually took a sip of the milk, and I never drink milk on its own. And I was astounded by how sweet the milk was. And I think Joe's right. You know, I've cut sugar out of my diet and I'm comfortable with that. But I was absolutely craving this milk because it was so sweet. So, the title of this video, Some Things Had to Go, is milk. It may not be a permanent let go, but for now it's had to go because my behaviour was becoming quite crackers around it. When I start to behave like that, I'm on a slippery slope, and it's like, what will come next? You know, if I'm pushing it. When I go out, I drink black coffee comfortably. When I go to most other people's houses, I drink black coffee because they don't have goat's milk. Why was I having a problem with coffee at home? I love the coffee I drink. Most of the people whose houses I would drink coffee at have my coffee in because they like it now too. So it wasn't I was craving coffee, which is what I thought I was craving, because I have decaf anyway. It wasn't about caffeine. It was about the sugars in the milk. So it's had to go. Maybe temporary, maybe permanent. We'll see. But just for today, I'm drinking black coffee and enjoying it. Can you tell me what was the next heading I put on there, Joe?
Next heading was...
Creaky floorboards.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. The missing question.
Oh yeah, I put up a really quick video yesterday in response to a tag from Rebecca, which was much appreciated, Rebecca, and the 10 Christmas question tag. Because I did it from memory, I didn't have the questions written down, other than I dictated some questions to Joe to note. I could only remember 9 of the questions, and the missing question I remembered as soon as I walked away from the camera was, will you dress to impress on Christmas Day, or will you be in your PJs? And I had to come back and answer this question because it's really quite relevant to my journey. I used to dress to impress whenever and wherever I could, and that's not easy when you're in a size 26, verging on 28, because you have to buy what fits you rather than what you feel good in. So I did my best version of dressing to impress in those days. Today, I never dress to impress. I dress for comfort. I dress in the clothes I always wanted to wear. Not mutton dressed as lamb, but growing up and through my teens and my 20s and 30s, I wanted to wear jeans like everybody else did. I looked a bugger in a pair of size 26 jeans. I really did. I'm not saying anybody else does, but at 5'2", I did. Now I can buy jeans in a size 8, 10, 12, depending on the style and the branding. And I love wearing jeans. So I wear jeans, I wear trousers, I wear tops, I wear sweaters and sweatshirts. I don't wear dresses. I own 2 skirts. That's my wardrobe. There's plenty in it today because I can buy clothes that fit me, whereas it used to be practically empty. But I don't dress to impress. I dress smart casual or for comfort. Sometimes I just doss around in, and I've got jogging bottoms, which I really like. Got 1 pair. But the reason you'll never, ever, ever catch me in pyjamas or a nightdress or even my dressing gown is because I wear my nightwear, we'll call it. I'm more of a nightdress person than a pyjama person. I wear my nightwear in my bedroom and in my bathroom. And the reason I do that is because when I was morbidly obese, I hated wearing clothes that were restricting. So I'd get dressed to go out and do something. The minute I came back in, I'd be into the nightie or the dressing gown or something and slobbing out for comfort. Not because I wanted to be casual, not because, you know, it's the done thing to slop around in your pyjamas or whatever, for comfort, because I felt so uncomfortable and so restricted with clothes on. And so today, because I feel unrestricted in my clothes, I get dressed. I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I have a shower, wash my hair, clean my teeth, do all the usual ablutions, and then I put my clothes on. And at night, I'm out and about, I may be in here reading an audiobook, I may be listening to music, I may be doing whatever. Before I go to bed, I go into my bathroom, into my bedroom, and I get into my nightie or whatever. That's me today. But it's a massive, massive non-scale victory for me because I don't have to come in from shopping, come in from the pictures, come in from the theatre, come in from the pub and get out of my clothes because I'm so bloody uncomfortable. I'm comfortable in whatever I wear today. So yeah, Christmas Day, it will be trousers and a top of some sort or jeans and a top of some sort. But I won't be dressing to impress because I don't do that anymore. Was there another topic?
But where next week?
Yeah, this is something that struck me. I was watching a vlog last night, and it wasn't anything at all to do with Slimming World. It was about Christmas and people buying their Christmas goodies and doing the Christmas shopping. And a chap commented on the video and he said, look at this. He said, here's a box of chocolates with a Christmas picture on it. And I think it was £20. And it wasn't a particularly big box of chocolates, but he went, come Tuesday, Boxing Day, these will be in all the shops for a tenner. And it sort of brought a thought into my head. We spend extra amount of money on foods and goodies and chocolates and selection boxes and roses and Quality Street and all the things that are labelled Christmas, mince pies, Christmas puddings, Christmas cakes, all labelled for Christmas. So come Tuesday, they'll be no use to anybody in the shops. They'll drop to half price or less. Same with Christmas wrapping paper and Christmas cards, but they're not as dangerous. And I think what I just wanted to highlight for myself and for everybody else is beware on Tuesday. Just because selection boxes are being sold off at 50p and the Christmas chocolates are all being sold off at half price, etc, 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 they're still no good for you on Slimming World. You don't need them. A bargain isn't a bargain if it's going to cost you £4.95 for an extra 10 weeks to go to group. You may save £6 or £7 on your chocolates or your mince pies, but it might cost you another £40 or £50 at group to get to Target. And I think that for me is, I love a bargain like the next man, but as a minimalist I'm learning more and more. I don't get it right most of the time, but I'm learning. Only buy something if you really need it. We won't be going out on Tuesday and buying up all the Christmas chocolates that are in the sale at Asda, which is practically next door to where we live, because we don't need them. And it's just another stumbling block. I would have kidded myself at one time I was buying it all in for Joe because he was a child and children need chocolate. He never ate that sort of stuff. It was me that ate it. So I'm not going to fall foul of that this year. It's been a good year. Leading up to another Christmas. You may have gleaned from my videos, I am not the biggest fan of Christmas. I think it's a great marketing ploy. I think I said to somebody in one of my messages the other day, is I believe in Christ, Christmas leaves me cold. I've never really been a fan of Christmas because for me it's always been around eating and overindulgence, getting drunk, partying too much in my younger days, and just generally getting fatter. And this Christmas I feel so free because I don't need to do any of that. We've got food for Christmas Day, we've got good food for Christmas Day, we've got desserts if we want it, but what we don't have is a cupboard full of alcohol, which we always had. I used to spend a couple of £100 on booze at Christmas. We don't have boxes and boxes of chocolates and all the paraphernalia that goes with Christmas. That's not because I am Scrooge and I'm mean or anything like that. It's because I've got to a place in my life where I don't need to rely on those things to have a good time. So we will have a good Christmas, we will have a happy Christmas. We won't overindulge. I lost £1.5 at group this week. I'm fully expecting a gain next week. Fully expecting a gain next week. I think it's inevitable. I am at my lowest weight yet. And I need to go back up. But I'm not going to eat to gain weight. Eat to purposely gain weight. I'm going to eat on plan with a FlexiSynth Christmas lunch. That feels good. It's taken a lot of fear out of eating. It's taken a lot of anxiety out of eating. And I really feel, although I managed last Christmas, I think with a weight loss, and I enjoyed it, I think I had a £0.5 weight loss last Christmas. This Christmas, it really feels like it isn't even an issue and I don't need to worry about it. I just need to live my life one day at a time. And that's what this plan's given me. It's given me a freedom to live my life one day at a time. Because food is fuel and it should be enjoyable, but it shouldn't be the most important thing in my life. Anyway, yeah, Slimming World has set me free to enjoy the food I eat today and to eat the food I enjoy today. I'm grateful for that. I hope you all have a really, really good Christmas. Get well soon to those who have not been too well. And we will see you next week when it's all over. Have a good one and Merry Christmas from both of us. Yeah?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week. Bye.